It's your boy Horror Spice with the first horror segment of Would You Watch It Again? And today we'll be covering Halloween Ends, the final chapter to the slasher we all love, Michael Myers. It's just fucking sad. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Halloween Ends takes place about a year out of Halloween Kills. And just as a reminder, the Halloween timeline for this is Halloween 1978, the original that released, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends. And for this, we're gonna truly dig into what I'm saying, does evil truly die tonight? We are introduced to who will be stealing the movie and really just a shock to everybody. Mini Michael Myers, or in this case, Michael's sidekick. Our main character, Corey, who is hated by the town of Haddonfield and labeled as a freak due to involuntary manslaughter committed on a kid that he was babysitting, which was actually a fucking crazy ass scene to really start this movie off. I think that it started the movie off on a really high note. The kill was pretty intense, and you know what I'm saying, when kills involve kids, it always like tugs at the fucking emotional strings. But um the way that it happened was pretty like, what the hell. I think this kid's like 12 years old, and essentially he locks Corey in this attic, and you know what I'm saying, this kid just, I mean, ultimately pays the price of a brutal death by being hit by a fucking kicked door. I mean, this kid Corey is just freaking out in this attic. I mean, like, let me out, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like kicking the door down like SWAT. And I mean, on this kick, I mean, I guess the kid was like listening or some shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? He got the brunt of it. And I mean, it looked as if, you know what I'm saying, he dropped from like a 2 to 3 story like mansion and to the floor. And you know what I'm saying, the parents come in, it's a whole tragedy. And you know what I'm saying, wow, first of all, I thought this kid was pretty funny and a little shit. Like, I didn't think he deserved that. And honestly, you know what I'm saying, I was wondering what the hell was making Corey so spooked. And the correlation with this scene, I think it ties to the opening scene, which pays homage to the first Halloween movie where Laurie is babysitting. And you often see this throughout the movie. This movie tries to incorporate previous Halloween movies in order to make up for the actual lack of Michael Myers in it. It actually seems as if the directors and writers wanted to do anything in their power to not give the fans, you know what I'm saying, what they truly wanted. And then, you know what I'm saying, we're eventually introduced to Laurie Stroud. And I think to this could actually be like a highlight of the movie, you know what I'm saying? Because we actually see a side of her that we haven't seen before. They try to do like a H2O vibe where, you know what I'm saying, we kind of see this life of Laurie outside of Michael Myers. And you know what I'm saying, it feels as if Halloween Ends really wanted to give the audience a feel of what life was like after that night, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, like I said before, it was a year out. And we see Laurie do store runs. We see her act as a sarcastic grandmother with a sort of confidence like she's the shit, you know what I'm saying, because she's actually gone toe to toe with Michael Myers, as as an older woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had the gas, she was ready, she was strapped up, you know what I'm saying? She was blicked up. But and we even see her running into past lives, love stories, and it just gave the movie like a lighter tone. And it just gives you this lighter tone, like, okay, like, where's this shit gonna kick off? But the movie, it doesn't really seem to do that. And this movie felt a lot different than other Michael Myers films. Throughout the other films in the series, we see Michael hunt his prey, we get long shot directing of kills, and with that, you know what I'm saying, more of Laurie and less Michael Myers isn't necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion, because like I said, we did get to see Laurie from a different point of view. But when the movie is called Halloween Ends, that's not really something you're really expecting to see, and at times it felt like this movie was more of a filler than an actual Halloween, quote unquote ends. And what I'm saying, yes, Laurie has the final kill, but um a longer fight sequence could have been better. What I'm saying? For damn near a 2-hour movie, I don't think we see Michael and Laurie on the screen together until the last 20 minutes, which I mean, it's just a huge letdown for huge fans of this franchise. And it's just terrible that they really call this movie Halloween Ends. And with that, it kind of makes me sad because I'm not ready for this franchise to end. And with this title, I feel like it kind of ends this story where, it didn't really necessarily have to. Like, they could have fit easily, 3 to 4 other movies in this. Um, Another thing that I really just didn't really understand was the love affair between Allison and Corey. And what I'm saying, it often foreshadows the stars of the film like we actually want to see. And at times it seems as if the writers got lazy and almost knew that people would react differently to this, like like they wanted to be so far outside of the box and different with this movie. And what I'm saying, that and different isn't necessarily always good. What I'm saying, like give the people what they want. And what I'm saying, like I said, like it was foreshadowed by the characters that we really wanted to see, and this nonsense could have easily been like a dumbass rom-com rather than take place of what the actual Halloween fans wanted to see. And I'm a guy half glass half full, what I'm saying. And with this, it does kind of leave the movie open and gives the directors a chance to do stories such as like a spin-off of Season of the Witch and more requels. Halloween has not really been a part of the requel world, in my opinion, because of the timeline situation. As I stated earlier in the movie, this is probably like the 6th timeline of this movie, and the only requel I would really only classify in this whole series would be Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which does not have Michael Myers in it, but it does, saying tie into the franchise. It does have elements that cater to the overall Halloween franchise, Haddonfield, things of that nature. And though it does not have Michael Myers in it, for people that have seen it, it's not a shit show. You can actually read reviews of people that love it out of the franchise, that love it more than like 5 and 6, and even H2O or Resurrection, and other movies like that. So that kind of maybe ties into the line that Laurie says when she's writing her book: evil doesn't die, it just changes shape. So maybe they're leaving that they're leaving that open for the fans, like, okay, like we call this Halloween Ends, but down the line there could be something potentially coming. It may not be necessarily Michael Myers, but this is also a Michael Myers that isn't necessarily possessed or cursed or immortal. So what's stopping from somebody else trying to put on the suit and what I'm saying, do some Scream type shit? What I'm saying, I don't think they'll do that, but with the way they wrote this movie, it seems like anything's possible. I would have liked to see like 50% of this movie to be put throughout the first 3 films. I think more of a understanding of how Michael got to be where he was, and what I'm saying, the sewage tunnels, the homeless being scared and also having their own tales of Michael while being down there with him. What I'm saying, and why he chose Corey as a sidekick would have made more sense, or whatever the hell he was, if he was somebody used as a ploy in order to lead him to Laurie or something. It kind of ties into that whole love story because Allison is Laurie's granddaughter, what I'm saying? So and it kind of led me to this theory with with Corey being the sidekick. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments what you think. It is completely a shot in the dark, but I was thinking that in the previous films, if any of his victims had actually killed before. And you know what I'm saying, most of his victims were pretty young, and I don't think cops really matter or don't really count in this theory. You know what I'm saying? It's my theory. It has holes in it. Whatever. Say what you want in the comments as to why you think Corey was a sidekick. That's why I'm thinking. Um, but with all that said, overall, I'd give this movie 3 stars, and it was really hard to do that. Not saying that I wouldn't watch it again. I would probably watch it if somebody hadn't seen it. But you know what I'm saying, if that was like more than 1 or 2 people, I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying, you're just gonna have to watch this on your own. It's definitely the worst of this timeline series. And you know, Halloween Kills had a lot of mixed reviews. I was a fan of Halloween Kills. I mean, there was some super cheesy elements and there were some things that were like, what the fuck? But you know what I'm saying, I think the people that had a lot to say about Halloween Kills, or really gave it negative reviews, would have rather seen that level of almost, I guess, blatant nonsense in this one, because it had so much Michael Myers in it. And I mean, the choreographed kills were nuts. I mean, they paid so much homage to the earlier films. So for this one to be, I mean, completely out of left field with a few elements that were just like, okay, to kind of just grip you into the movie, um, you know, it really makes Halloween Kills seem like a, I mean, goddamn Academy Award winner or something like that. Um, the movie is a huge letdown from what was trailered and commercialized as a ending to the franchise we all grew and loved that started 40 years ago. Um, you know, I waited a long time for this movie, and I mean, I guess I didn't wait that long. It was like a year, but you know what I'm saying? I can see how horror fans from the 70s, and I mean way before my time, could be like, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck is this? So yeah, that's our first segment of the horror would you watch it again. And make sure to like this video, comment on the video, share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying, we're on Apple, Spotify, all your DSPs. You know, check out the website, do whatever you want to do to fucking support us. You know what I'm saying, we gladly appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it, and we're out. Peace.